dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, showers and storms continue to move across the region and could cause some flooding issues this evening. Much nicer weather is coming, though. Brandon Robinson joins us now with the very latest on this severe weather alert day. Brandon.
Things pretty calm for the moment, Steve, but as we get deeper into the night, we're going to see that rain start to pick up as the cold front approaches. Right now on live pinpoint Doppler radar, you can see it's very segmented, very scattered out there. Some bigger bands up near Moorhead and I-64, back over into the Big Sandy, down into southwest Virginia and parts of southern and southeastern Kentucky, but not a whole lot of worry right now. Now, the flash flood watch, I say through later tonight because it's kind of a mess. You've got 3 different National Weather Service offices, and some spots end at 8 tonight, some spots at 10, some spots at 2 a.m., and some spots in East Tennessee go all the way until 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. So again, I think the bulk of that will be out of here later. It's causing some visibility issues. You know, we normally use this graphic for fog, but when you get those heavier bands of rain, it can cause visibility issues. So just be careful if you're driving through some of those heavier bands outside the WYMT studios. Cloudy skies, but dry for the moment. The same over Whitesburg. They've both had some rain at times today. Temperatures got to 82 here in Hazard, 81 in Middlesboro. Everybody else stayed in the 70s today. Day planner for the rest of the evening, those temperatures are going to slide. Those rain chances are going to pick up. And tonight, especially late, we could see some better chances for some high water issues, at least local high water issues. I'll talk more about that coming up here in just a few minutes. Steve?
All right. Thank you, Brandon. It's a headache that promises for less headaches over time. The Kentucky 15 widening project in Perry County is inching closer to a Phase 1 completion, and there are some updates this week that drivers need to be aware of. WYMT's Will Puckett has more from Transportation Cabinet officials.
It sees between 30 and 35,000 cars a day. This intersection right to my right at Kentucky 15 and Morton Boulevard. It is actually the busiest intersection in 10 counties. The construction project from Bonneman to this Morton Boulevard exit has been going on for more than 3 years now. This little section will be done within the net by the end of this year, actually. From Morton Boulevard on down, that project still has more than a year to go. Tomorrow, Tuesday, traffic will change right here at the 15 and Morton Boulevard intersection as they start to make it able to take a left turn from Morton Boulevard onto Kentucky 15. While the Transportation Cabinet acknowledges that this has been quite a headache for drivers in Perry County, they say that this is a temporary headache for years of satisfying driving on the busiest intersection in their 10 counties.
It should make traffic flow a whole lot smoother through that area, and it will improve access to the businesses and the hospital and the residences that are located on or along or just off of Morton Boulevard. So it really is a big improvement. It will be something very beneficial for the people that use that road every day, not just the people that live and work in Hazard.
While they acknowledge again that this has been a headache, they promise that this is coming to a head and this is finishing. It has been done in 2 parts by the same company, which actually has reduced the amount of stress normally seen on these projects. They ask that you do please be careful in construction zones and watch out for workers. Again, the traffic pattern will change Tuesday, so make sure that drivers, you are aware. Those full details are on WYMT.com. In Perry County, Will Puckett, WYMT Mountain News.
The eastbound ramp off the Hal Rogers Parkway to Kentucky 15 will also be shut down for about 2 hours tomorrow, sometime between 9 and 11 a.m. Governor Matt Bevin's pension relief proposal narrowly passed the State House this afternoon. After a more than 3-hour debate, the plan passed 52 to 46. The governor's plan, also known as House Bill 1, assists regional universities and quasi-governmental entities. The measure now goes to the GOP-dominated Senate. A Senate committee is expected to take up the bill tomorrow, and a vote could come as early as Wednesday. Police say someone tore a gate to pieces at a church in Bell County. They say this was not the first time someone has targeted this church. WYMT's Hannah Reynolds is at the Bell County Sheriff's Department with more.
Police say the Mount Mary Baptist Church had a gate that was damaged over the weekend. Now they are searching for who did the crime and why.
Officers say the damaged gate is not the first issue at the church. Recently, several complaints have come in saying that items were stolen or vandalized. Officers say cases like these happen from time to time, especially in buildings that people know are typically not occupied during the week.
Well, I mean, the things you're looking at is have they torn down the gate to make easier access when they do decide to break in? Are they trying to scrap the metal from the gate? Or are they just wanting to create havoc?
Sheriff Mitch Williams says while there has been items stolen from the church in the past, he says there is no indication at this time that says those thefts and the damage done to the gate are connected. In Bell County, Hannah Reynolds, WYMT Mountain News.
If you have any information about the thefts and vandalism, you should call the Bell County Sheriff's Department. Crews in Laurel County say they had to pull an RV out from under an awning at the Comfort Inn and Suites in London. The RV got stuck yesterday afternoon when the driver tried going under the awning. It took about an hour to stabilize the building and for crews to pull the RV out. No one was hurt. As July comes to an end, students across the region are preparing to head back to school. Many churches and organizations in the area are hoping to offer a little help in hopes of easing some of the financial burdens for families. One church in Pikeville is helping out by structuring its monthly community lunch around the students. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has more.
Planted inside Pikeville United Methodist Church since 2017, the Pikeville Community Kitchen serves up food to those in need.
This is our church's and this ministry's way of trying to help care for those around us in the name of Jesus Christ.
They say it is one way the church can give back to an area that could sometimes use a helping hand.
There's a need. The need is huge in our area. Pikeville is a place where we have some significant means, and yet go a few doors down and you're in the same neighborhood with folks who don't.
And those involved try to cater the monthly lunch to meet specific needs of the community.
So as we're preparing to approach a new school year, we're very much aware that there are families who are struggling to provide for their children.
Right now it's a very hard time, especially with kids going to school. Sometimes there's just not the funds for it, and sometimes it's just hard to come by.
So the church and its community kitchen program are stepping up.
Things like shoes, school supplies, books or notebooks, pencils, those kinds of things.
They catered Monday's community lunch to celebrate the kids with prizes, school supplies, and vouchers for haircuts.
A big community gathering where everyone can come together and just fellowship and be loved.
In hopes of giving them a boost.
We just want them to know that they are loved and they are cherished, and that, you know, we're always here for them and God's always here for them as well.
Before they hit the books in August. In Pike County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Those involved say they consider it a blessing to be able to give back to their community. This Wednesday, the entire city of Louisville, Kentucky will be able to play a real-life treasure hunt. The goal to solve clues and find $100 bills that will be hidden all over the city. Breakout Games, a Louisville company, will hide cash and people can look for it between 5 and 8 p.m. The company plans on giving away $2,000. Every half hour, coordinates of 3 different hiding spots will be texted to those playing, and anyone can join. Former Supreme Court Justice John Paul Stevens is lying in repose at the Supreme Court today. The retired justice, who was appointed by President Gerald Ford in 1975, died Tuesday. He was 99. Former law clerks to the justice served as honorary pallbearers as his casket arrived at the Supreme Court for viewing by the public. A private funeral and final burial will take place at Arlington National Cemetery.
When President Obama nominated me to fill Justice Stevens' seat, it gave me a special reason for thinking of Justice Stevens as a hero.
Stevens served on the Supreme Court until he retired at the age of 90 in 2010. Let's head over to Wall Street now on this Monday afternoon. The Dow closes up today more than 17 points. Straight ahead on First at 4, Equifax will pay a multi-million-dollar settlement for a 2017 breach that exposed the private information of nearly 150 million people.
Chances for rain only increase tonight with the approaching cold front. I'll have the latest on what we can expect in about 3 minutes.